Day 5 of Season 4 is here, guys, and today we unlock the Heretical Ruins dungeon. In today's video, we're gonna do a guide on it. Now, there's a lot of bugs going on, and I want to share with you guys a few strategies that you can basically use to defeat some of the higher stages on this dungeon and basically maximize your rewards. Get some of the better gear. Get epic or legendary gear, depending on your account. Even though I do think there are quite a few bugs, I'm positive that in the next couple of days they will get sorted out, in case if they're not already working on a patch and it will be released in the next few hours. I just want to say a big thank you to Dragonheir for sponsoring today's video, and if you guys are new around here, you can download the game by using the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment, or by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. So it is a tricky pony because the boss got changed, so you have quite a few different things that you need to keep in mind, and I will explain you the bugs and stuff that's basically happening with this boss in just a second. I haven't been able to beat stage 9 because of the bugs, okay, and I'm gonna show you exactly how that works for the moment, but we are defeating stage 8 on auto without a problem. Let me just quickly show you what exactly changed in here. So the boss, of course, is immune to control immunity. With the very first skill, he will now deal damage if you have burn, and he will put attack penalty. Now, if you have no burn on, you're safe. I explained you this in previous guides as well. I think I've done one recently on the free-to-play account, and in a way or another, you can still adopt the same strategy, but you need to add things to it. Then the second skill, the exact same story, burn, and deals attack penalty. Now, this is where things changed. Deals fire damage to all enemies and induces the rebirth of all Phoenix eggs. If at least one Phoenix egg is reborn, grants invisibility for 12 seconds. So while under invisibility, the boss will basically convert 100% of the damage taken into healing. So you have a couple of different options, or at least on paper, you should have a couple of different options. Heal reduction should basically stop the boss from healing. Now, that is not the case because it's bugged. You can remove the invisibility and the boss should not be healing, which works. You can apply block buffs before the boss gets to use the skill, and it should work. And it works on stage 8 and the lower ones, but for whatever reason, it completely changes on stage 9 and it just doesn't want to work. I'm not sure why just yet. Then you have the ultimate skill, which will deal fire damage to all enemies with a chance to inflict stacks of burn, dispels all debuffs from all allies, which are of course the smaller phoenixes, and grants them control immunity. Control immunity is irrelevant because you're not going to try to control them anyway. What you want to put on them is defense down and hammer them ASAP. So that's basically how everything it will work. Now, the accuracy required for stage 8 is 170, which is fairly easy to obtain. Now, if you're trying to go to stage 9, the accuracy is 220. And my team is built to allow me to go to stage 9. But because of the bugs, we're just not able to do it. So first, I want to show you stage 8. I'm going to show you the team that I'm running. I'm going to give you guys a few tips. I'm going to give you replacements for the characters that I'm using, just so I'm making your life easier. So, because I don't really have a proper decreased attack, I cannot gain the right accuracy on all of my champions. I have Ogok to basically put immortality on my team and cleanse the burn. So that's very important. I brought Ogok in here not just for the invincibility, but as well for the cleanse, because the boss with the ultimate skill will put burn on me. If I don't cleanse that, then with the next two skills he's going to deal damage. If I cleanse it, I'm going to take no damage from the boss. Then I have Garius, I have Ardrat, tanks, healing, you guys know the drill. Then I have Emoladia, I cannot really pronounce her name properly. The reason why I prefer her over other damage dealers is because I don't need to build her with crit rate. So it makes my life a bit easier. Plus, I can make my 3-man elemental affinity team with Garius and with Ardrat, right? Then the next thing that you need, guys, is basically have in a character that can either remove buffs, either put block buffs. The heal reduction won't work, and I'll explain it to you in a second. So I'm using Victor. The reason why I'm using Victor over Voresh is because of the accuracy aura. So I'm not even going to use the ultimate on Victor. This ultimate will not be used. Why? Because he's dumb, he's random, and he will put recharge speed penalty whenever he wants, and he's going to mess up my entire turn, and I cannot have a consistent full auto team. So I'm not using his ultimate. The only thing that I'm using from Victor is the battle skill. Deals fire damage to enemy and dispels all of their buffs and removes all of their shield, with a chance of inflicting buff prohibition for 10 seconds. So that's the only thing that I need from Victor, this battle skill. Buff prohibition or remove the buffs. Most of the time is the buff prohibition that comes in play. That's why I said, if you have Vorash, bring him in. With the ultimate skill, you're going to put block buffs. You just have to time it to be used at 16 or 15 seconds on a 24-second cycle, so the boss will never get to buff. Pretty simple. And there are plenty of different characters that can apply block buffs or remove buffs. It really depends what character you have available. Now, if you don't have an Ogok as an idea, just bring in a different cleanser. If you don't have a cleanser, just bring in a character that can put block debuffs. Catherine, for example. She's an amazing epic champion that can put block debuffs, and you're safe and sound with her. Let me just quickly find her to show it to you if you don't get the name. So, debuff immunity heal. You gotta time this at 23 seconds on a 24 seconds cooldown. She will always put immunity before the boss puts burn on you. Now, you will need to survive. And in order to survive, you need to bring in a decreased attack. Or you need to time the shield from Garius to go always at the same time with Catherine's ultimate skill. So like this, if you have the Gatekeeper staff, you're going to have a massive shield to keep you alive. But I still think you will require to have decreased attack. And then you can potentially drop in a Ardrat and bring in a different character. Now, the reason why I wanted to show you Ardrat is because of the Pact with the Devil artifact. This one will basically have a 100% chance to inflict an undispellable healing reduction on the target. So the healing reduction will reduce the healing that the boss will actually get. Now, it won't be very, very efficient, guys. So I just wanted to show you that as well when we have it on. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, okay? So I'm not even sure what stage is this. Is this stage 9 or is stage 8? It should be stage 8, right? So how you may notice, we have the block buffs right there. At the moment, I do have enough accuracy on my Ogok with the aura and everything else to basically put the decreased attack every now and then, but we cannot time it, and that's unfortunate. We need a decreased attack for this moment, when the boss is about to use the ultimate skill. Now, how you may notice, my Ogok has a very similar time with what I've told you to do with Catherine, with the shield from Garius, etc. Very, very important if you want to defeat this dungeon on higher stages. You don't need these champions. That's what I have leveled up. This is my main account. I am trying to rank as best possible on as possibly best on my server, guys. So that is very important for me to use the right characters that will allow me to push as high as possible. But how you may notice, the boss just randomly gets back the HP. Makes no sense because the buff that he has right there is control immunity. That will not heal the boss. Now, right now we have healing reduction, right? So that will basically reduce the healing that the boss is getting. But at the same time, the boss should not be getting any healing because we have block buffs. He never gained the invisibility. And the main thing that you need to keep in mind is that he does it a couple of times at the beginning on stage 8, and then he doesn't anymore. The run just goes fine, and from here on, we're just going to melt the boss. But on stage 9, it will be completely different. It's like we're fighting two different bosses. So they're definitely bugged, and they will get fixed sooner or later. I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to take them to find the issues and fix them, basically. But how you may notice, Victor is never using the ultimate. And that is a bit of a con, unfortunately, because I don't have defense down, right? My defense down artifact is on Victor, and he's not applying defense down with the ultimate skill. So that means that I'm killing the boss slower. And the reason why I'm trying to keep that artifact on Ardrat and not give her the Witch's Remains is because I do need that healing reduction to pop on every now and then. If no, the boss again, magically, he decides to heal. So there are a lot of weird things with this dungeon going on at the moment, you know? So very curious to see once they fix it. If they think it's a bug or it's just missing some description, which I would assume is just a bug. It's not missing description on the boss, you know? But again, this buff that he has right now is control immunity, you see? So this doesn't give him healing. The only thing that gives him healing is the invisibility, which he never gains because I have a buff prohibition on the boss pretty much all the time, right? Victor is amazing for this thing. And right now he gained it, but we instantly removed it, you see? Because Victor used the battle skill straight after it. And the whole idea is that the buff prohibition from Victor is for 10 seconds on the battle skill. It's probably the best buff prohibition character in the entire game, to be honest, because you can control it with the battle skill rather than the ultimate. But if you bring in Ovorash, you just want to time him to go right about now, as an example. He applies defense down for you. The boss won't be able to gain the invisibility because of the block buffs, and everything should work just fine. I don't have him leveled up, and the reason why I went with Victor is because I need his accuracy aura for all of the dungeons to allow me to push on stage 8 and 9 in the first few days, you know? Without the accuracy aura, we cannot do it. The main thing that holds us back is the accuracy for all of these dungeons. So it's a fairly decent time, considering that we are not applying defense down, you know? I will actually give it a go without the healing prohibition, healing reduction artifact from Ardred, and I will give her the defense down artifact instead and see how that will go. Victor just needs the battle skill. The ultimate is dumb, honestly, because they're random debuffs. You don't know when he's going to place the recharge speed penalty. If it would be consistent to place it all the time, it's fine. You can easily time your team, not a problem. But because it's random, you don't know what to expect from him. When is it going to be placed? Is he going to mess up my entire tune or no? I actually tried him like that. I tried to tune the team with a margin of error, but on auto was just failing. So this was full auto, pretty straightforward. If you're following the steps that I've told you guys, you're easily going to be able to beat this, even without having the characters that I have, okay? 100%. But you will have to time your team properly. On stage 9, guys, you're going to see that everything seems to work a bit different for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but the boss will get to heal more often. I'm not sure if maybe the artifact that I had before on Ardred was causing the issue, but I really doubt it. I really doubt it. So the boss gains invincibility. We removed it. So right now the boss should not be healing. But I'm not seeing doing damage versus the boss either. It's like, okay, it barely moves. It barely moves. That's fine. So let's see. Is it going to work now that I removed the artifact? Maybe that's... No, there you go. Why is he healing right there? Like, he had no reason to heal. He gained no invincibility. He started healing way before he even got to that skill. So I have a feeling that they left the old mechanics from the last few seasons and they've added on top of it. And the boss just randomly uses one or the other. I feel like that's what's happening here because it makes no sense for the boss to heal right now. No invincibility, which he just gained right now. And he starts healing when he's around here. Where is my mouse? And he should start healing once the invisibility is on from there, not from here, which is super weird. So right now he has invincibility. Now, yes, he should be healing. I do have 230 or 240 accuracy on Victor, so that's no problem. I should apply the block buffs. I should remove the buffs from him with no issues whatsoever. So let's see. Is he gonna start healing again? That's why I haven't been able to beat this stage, which is so strange though. Tomorrow, maybe we're gonna do it tomorrow. Or maybe we're gonna do it today. Who knows? We're already 2 minutes in and the boss is just randomly healing, you see? There you go, again. He has block buffs and he's healing. So it's just this stage. For whatever reason, it just doesn't work for me. I know some people managed to beat it already. Personally, I haven't been able to do it, you know? Pretty crazy. So I quickly changed the artifacts actually on Victor and Ardred to make sure that Victor has enough accuracy. So I gave him back the Witch's Remains, while I gave Ardred the Crown of the Unclean. I knew it was not going to work anyway, so I just wanted to kind of like give you an idea. These are the stats that we have on the team. So this is Ogok. Not impressive stats whatsoever. He has actually Enlightenment Chest, Defense. Yeah, random bad pieces basically for the moment. This is Amon Leda. I try to give her as much crit damage and attack as possible, you know. Decent chest, crit damage gloves, perfect for her because you don't need crit rate. And yeah, she's okay. She does have the aura artifact, but not the exclusive. The exclusive would work much better. Victor is just on random sets in here, not even a full 2-piece sets from each one of them. I just tried to get the accuracy. So whatever rolled me accuracy went on Victor, basically. I don't really care about the stats. He's mainly there to debuff and get the job done in the following way. But I managed to get 176 accuracy with the passive, which is 50 more. And the food, I'm going to have way more than is actually required to beat this boss. This is Garius. I do have a flat chest piece for the moment. It is what it is. And this is what we have in terms of stats. 2.2k defense. Decent for the moment. And this is Ardred. I have a legendary piece because I found the Grave of Curse quite a bit last night. Unfortunately, I haven't got more good pieces, but this one. So yeah, at least was a good start. But that's pretty much everything for these guys. I gave you tons of different options at the beginning, so regardless if you have some of these legendaries or no, you should be able to succeed at least up to some specific stages. Thanks again to Dragonheir for sponsoring the video. If you guys want to download the game, you can do so by clicking the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment, or scan the QR code you see on the screen. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.